Oh no, more lighting issues? Tail light issues? Holy crap. Oh, well, let's get into it, figure out what's going on, and let's talk about it on this edition of the Trucker's Table. Let's get it started.
Robbie's got a gold watch. Don't seem like a whole lot after 30 years of driving up and down the interstate. But Robbie's had a good life, and Robbie's got a good wife.
Well, I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Today is the day after. So that means this video is probably getting out, in February? The way I've been posting it, you would think so. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, we're leaving out from Cochran, Georgia. We just stopped, picked up, did a really easy dropping hook, man. Easy, lemon squeezy. Hey, there's some nice fellas. Well, yeah, taking it easy. Headed up to Midway, Tennessee. Somewhere north of Knoxville, I believe. And then we're gonna head back down to Charleston, Tennessee, and Chattanooga, near Cleveland, Tennessee, where my beautiful wife was born, and pick up a load there, another dropping hook, easy peasy, and keep our fingers crossed and pray to the good Lord above. Oh, dear Lord, please don't let that trailer be heavy in the nose. Oh, dear Lord, please let them loaders have loaded that trailer with the weight spaced out, heavier in the middle, lighter in the nose, so we can adjust our tandems to be legal, because it's 42,000 pounds. Holy Mother Lord of Jesus. So, yeah. And we got a couple options. The main suggested route has you going up and down Mont Eagle. That ain't happening. And going through Nashville, Memphis, Little Rock, and then cutting down to Dallas. That's where we're delivering. Well, not Dallas, but Wilmer, suburb just south of Dallas. And so I opted to go the other route and avoid Mont Eagle, Nashville, Memphis, and Little Rock. Also avoid a lot of DOT, you know what I'm saying? So this way we will be going down to Birmingham, cutting across to Jackson. I feel like Jackson, Mississippi. And then we will cut on over through Louisiana, on into Texas. I mean, it might have been cooler temperature-wise to go up the higher road. I just don't want to deal with Tennessee DOT no more than I have to. We'll be getting there after dark tonight up in Tennessee, so I'm hoping maybe, I know the scales are going to be open, but I'm hoping and praying maybe they'll just roll us across. Because we're really light, man. This is just a load of potato chips we picked up going to Walmart Distribution Center up there in Midway, Tennessee. And so hopefully they won't give us no stress. We did have a little bit of stress. I knew when I left the house because I didn't find out about it till last night when I was doing my pre-trip. I went and did my pre-trip last night before I went to bed because I knew I was going to be leaving out first thing this morning, early this morning. And I should have went ahead while I was there last night, didn't have a trailer hooked up to the truck, and set my butt down on my little roll around scooter cart thing that I use when I'm working around the truck, and ran and fixed my tail lights proper like. But when I checked them, they were working. Don't get me wrong, all the tail lights were working, but for some reason the ones on the passenger side were not getting as much power as the ones in the middle and on the driver's side. So I knew there had to be an issue with the wire somewhere. Brakes worked, flashers worked. So if it was a ground issue, the brakes and the flashers wouldn't work because they have to be grounded just like taillights do for them to work, right? So I pretty much had it narrowed down. It had to be a power issue somewhere. But I didn't, like I said, it was dark, I was tired, still had a lot of stuff to do. And so I did not completely fix it. It was, I checked it. It was visible. You could see. There was just a little bit of, difference in brightness, but it was still legal. Even if none of the taillights were, except for the two in the center, I'm legal because those mud flap hanger lights are decorative. They are aftermarket. They are basically chicken lights, running lights that the driver adds to the truck. So those are not required by DOT. And but it draws attention to yourself, and you don't want to do that. So I knew I needed to get them fixed. I knew when I got up here this morning to pick up this load, I was going to have some downtime getting the load picked up and off. And I did not. I thought it might be a dropping hook, but I wasn't sure. But then come to find out, it really was. So that worked out good. So I went ahead, did the dropping hook, pulled around, got out of the way, kind of cocked the truck sideways so I could work without being underneath the trailer. And started testing the lights. Got my little light tester out, and there was power outside the mud flap hanger, but the power, I popped out one of the tail lights, the first one, just to test it and see if it was getting power. It was not. So it was the wire where the wires go up into the mud flap hanger, that hole down on the bottom, somewhere between there and that first light, it's probably corroded and did not make a good connection or something. Anyway, it was probably corroding out and it got worse, so it needed to be fixed. So I didn't have a lot of time. I needed to hurry up and get it fixed. So I just did a quick, I don't know if you call it a patch. It's definitely fixed, and it may ride like that for another year or two. You never know how long it can ride like that, because I didn't just kind of half-ass patch it, I cut about 3 inches back from the wire going into the first tail light for the tail light, brake light, power source. And it's the brown wire. You got brown, white, and green. Green's in the middle, white's on one side, brown's on the other. The brown wire is the tail light, brake light. The green wire is the blinkers, and the white wire is your ground wire. So it had to be the brown wire, right? So what I did was I spliced in there, pulled the wires apart, cut the brown wire in half, peeled some back, and then did the same thing on the outside at the bottom of the mud flap hanger power going in, and ran the bypass wire around just to see if it would work, And lo and behold, it worked. I was like, sweet, awesome. Now all I got to do is figure out how to snake this wire through that hole and up and through the tail light hole, so I can tie all this in and then push the tail light back up in there, and then we're good to go. So I don't know how much longer these 2 lanes are going to last, but that car is driving me bat crap crazy. It speeds up, slows down, speeds up, slows down. Anyway, so I got it tied in. I used the heat shrinking connectors and all that good stuff. It seals it up good, Then I went back and taped it up good, and then I went back and put zip ties to hold it all together to make sure it's in there, not bouncing around. I did a good job, man. I even cleared it with my mechanic. I said, hey, does this look good? Yeah, it looks good, man. You're good. It's like, all right, buddy, you got to fix. Well, let's say we got to fix it. Keep it back. So, yeah, they work perfect. Tail lights, brake lights, blinkers, the works. They're all the same brightness. Because I love those lights, man. It's those hologram or I forgot what they call those lights. Where they look hollow in the middle and they have like a halo around the outside that's real bright. Anyway, they look really good. I bought them up there at 4 State and put them on and everything up there in Missouri and Joplin. And so I've had them for a while, over a year, 2 years maybe, and they look really good. I love them. I want to get the center panel with the same kind of lights, but I want to do a custom panel in the middle, something that says, Classic XL in the middle with a backlight behind that lights up, and so I got to find somebody that can make that for me. I want to say the guys down in Tampa, Florida's finest custom stuff. I think they can do it. SH2 up in Corbin, Kentucky, they can probably do it. And there's probably a couple other places that does custom work like that. But yeah, I wanted to do that and have maybe I don't know, have what, like 4 lights across the top, or maybe, I don't know if you could fit 5 in there. If you could do 5 tail lights across the top, and then have the middle light be the backup light, that would be perfect. And then maybe have the marker lights along the bottom that are smaller, like what, 1.5 inch size marker lights to go across. And all of it be watermelon lights. Holy mother Lord, that would be clean. That would be freaking awesome. So I got the design in my head how I want it to look. I just gotta get it built out and get it put on. And the reason I went with something like Classic XL is because that can go with the truck if I ever was to sell it. And it'd be a good addition to the truck. I don't want to do something custom like the trucker's table or Triple T or something like that. Something that the other person wouldn't resonate with, So we wouldn't do that. I want to do the Classic XL. Maybe do Classic XL in cursive, and then underneath that in bold type, kind of basic type, just type across the bottom, limited. Because this is a Freightliner Classic XL Limited. Yeah, baby, a limited. It's not the regular basic Classic XL. It's a limited edition. Love this truck. So, anyway, that's what I'm thinking about. We're running the back roads to Georgia. Georgia. Can't believe it's the day after Christmas, man. I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. It is nice and comfortable. Oh, that gum. I forgot to turn on the AC in the sleeper. I always leave it on when I'm driving. It helps cool down the truck better. Any old way. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I got to be home for a few days for Christmas. I got home Saturday morning and I was more or less comatose. I was some kind of sick, man. I mean, I was sick. Teresa was feeding me orange juice and cat's claw, some kind of little liquid stuff, and what else? Mucinex, and I was just trying to recover. I was so, oh man, I was worn out, sick as a dog, coughing, and so just kind of spent the day there at the house Saturday, and then Sunday, she went shopping, getting everything we needed for Christmas and stuff. I stayed at the house because I was too sick. I couldn't. I was just didn't have no energy, coughing, and a lot of that mucus and stuff coming up. It was god awful, man. I ain't been that sick in a while. But my wonderful wife took care of it. She's the best. And Monday I went to the VA hospital, to the little urgent care clinic thing they have down there. And they went in, took the chest x-rays to see what was going on and make sure everything was good. And it kind of looked like on one lung I might have a little bit of fluid in it, couldn't tell for sure. And blood pressure was a little elevated on the top number, the top number, because my I think it was like 132 over 60 or 62, something like that. And so that's kind of off. But I think it's because I was sick and taking all the medications and stuff. But anyway, so they did that. They did a prescription for a couple of different things, antibiotics, some other kind of stuff you had to take. And I could tell a difference. And I don't know if it was the medicine that the VA gave me that made the difference, or if it was that cat's claw stuff that Teresa was giving me. But it's for your immune system. And man, that stuff really, I should have brought it with me. Kept taking it. It's like a little eyedropper. You fill up an eyedropper and squirt it into a little bit of water and just take it like a shot. And anyway, so by the time Tuesday rolled around, felt a little bit better, and I had to take her for her doctor's appointment. And then picked up a few things we needed in town. Went back to the house, and then tried to get some prep work done, ready for Christmas. And then on Christmas Eve, Abby had to go to the vet for her monthly appointment. She has to go every month to get shots for her joints that are all stowed. Well, they just, she's old. She'll be 13 in January. So she has a little bit of arthritis, a little bit of soreness in her joints and stuff. So they give her a shot once a month, and used to we gave her medication for that, but they started giving her the shot because it was better for her on her liver and kidneys and stuff like that. And so uh, it's made a big difference too in her life. And she gets around after she has that shot. She's usually good for at least 3 weeks. She'll still have times when if she runs around too much or jumps too much, up and down off the furniture and stuff. She'll be a little sore, but for the most part, it's helped a lot because when she started taking that shots, she weighed like I want to say 55 pounds, and so she was overweight. And once she started taking those shots, and she could get around better and run and play and walk with Teresa and stuff. And now she's down to 41 pounds. So she lost 14 pounds. And she's taking those shots. And they don't want her to lose any more weight. She's good right now at 41. And I guess it's better to keep her at that weight because once she lost down to 41, they had to lessen the dose that she got. So if she was back up to at least 44, 45, they could up the dose a little bit more. But you have to weigh the pros and cons. Is it better to be 4 pounds heavier, get a little more medicine, or 4 or 5 pounds lighter, a little bit less strain on your joints, So we just try to make sure that she doesn't miss, she does not miss her shots. Trust me. She gets it every month. She got it on Christmas Eve this year. And so, yeah, we always make sure she's taken care of. She gets probably better medical care than I do. But so did all that, got some more stuff done, ready for Christmas. So then Christmas Day we had Teresa's mom and stepdad, her aunt, and her brother came over. So it was just the what was that? 3 and 3, 6. Just the 6 of us. But it was fun. So Teresa's aunt, her aunt, is such a wonderful lady. Just as southern and country as you will ever meet. I mean, this woman is country to the bone, man. Raised in the country, born in the country, lives in the country, chickens, the whole works, man. And but she has discovered the cell phone and the online videos, like little cat videos and stuff like that. She likes to watch little animal videos. So she's discovered that. And she has a watching videos. I showed her some of the clips from Ducky, some YouTube videos we've done together, me and him over the years, and that gave her a good chuckle. Her husband passed away, Uncle Dole, earlier this year, and that hit us pretty hard. Uncle Dole was quite the man. He, trying to think who he looks like in the face. Just like the typical, like some of the actors I've seen on Gunsmoke and shows like that in the face. But that hair, man, that hair is all George Jones. Just picture George Jones' hair on top of his head. Oh man. And he played the guitar, and he did wood burnings. You know, burning drawings into wood. Oh, talk about an artist. Oh my word. He did some of the most wonderful wood burnings, man. And, the last few years, he wasn't able to do them anymore because of his arthritis in his hands and stuff. But he did a couple of them for me. One of them I gave to my brother as a gift for being my groomsman in my wedding. And another one as a gift I gave to my mom. It was one of her. It was a portrait of probably her favorite puppy of all time. I would say Lucy. Lucy was special. That girl would chase the stick for as long as you would throw it, and it didn't matter where you threw it. You could throw it in the river, across the river, in the field. It didn't matter. She would chase that stick, boy. She'd swim out there in that river, grab that stick, swim right back like it wasn't nothing, man. She's a little small, cattle-looking dog, and I love that little girl. And she did a wood burning. He did a wood burning of Lucy, and it was just amazing the likeness. But yeah, I was very fortunate. I married into a incredible family, and I just don't get to spend enough time with them. Look at that! Is that like a bull elk or a reindeer? What the hell was that? Holy crap! Man, I hope I got that on video. Oh, that was amazing! Like a daggone one of Santa's reindeer. Holy crap! Anyway, that was crazy. I wonder if there's a bunch of them out there, but it's just that one. That is insane. I have got to pull that back up after when I get stopped looking at it again. I hope it's in the video. Lord Almighty. That was cool. But anyway, like I said, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I'm going to be running from now until New Year's Eve. And I got my loads all lined up to get me back to Mariana on Christmas Eve. Unload there in Mariana at the Family Dollar DC. And then probably I might drop the trailer there at the TA and bobtail home and spend New Year's Eve with my beautiful wife, New Year's Day. Eat some black-eyed peas, collard greens. I'll probably cook me a pork tenderloin and maybe cook her a turkey one. And some cornbread. Get ready for a great 2026, I hope. And then back on the road, January 2nd. So I get a day and a half or so at the house, not quite 2 days. But I got to turn and burn. Try to make it while I can. Got to make hay while it's daylight. So, because eventually you're going to be old. You're not going to be able to work. And you better hope your bills are paid. And that's one less thing you have to worry about. So I'm trying my best. But I do have a wife that has a great job. So we can at least eat bologna sandwiches and peanut butter sandwiches and survive, I guess. So, y'all enjoy some of this backwoods, back road, Georgia. And because we'll be on the interstate before you know it. I think we're going up and cutting through Macon and jumping on 75 up there somewhere. So, y'all enjoy these old back roads. It's fall. It's winter, I guess. I guess it's winter. It ain't fall, is it? It's winter. So enjoy some of the winter scenery. Well, we are parking for the night. We made it up to Knoxville, to the Petro, and it is dead, man. Look at all these parking spots. I didn't even have to pay for a reserve spot. Look at that. That's crazy. I've never seen it this dead, ever. And I've seen it snowing and ice piled up and snow and everything, and it still be full. But the day after Christmas, baby, it is dead. There's old Landstar parked back up there. Yeah, we just ELD creeping. We stopped at the fuel island. I got just a smidge under a half a tank, and we only got about 75 miles to go there, 75 miles back. So it's 150, and I got enough fuel probably for about 250, at least 250 miles, maybe 300. So, yeah, we got enough to go. Deliver and then come back, because what I want to do is come back and get a empty weight, and then add some fuel, and then depending on how much I weigh, empty, and then oh, you got a brand new Landstar trailer, 6740. And then if I'm below 36,000, then I'll probably go ahead and add maybe 65 gallons, and that'll be enough to get me past Birmingham down to McAllen, Alabama, maybe to Meridian, Mississippi. And we're going to spend the night in Meridian, Mississippi before we drive on into Dallas on Sunday. It's Friday night now. Friday night, and I'm stuck at a daggone truck stop. Why are they parking around the curb with all these empty spots? The only time you ever see these many empty parking spots is when they have it blocked off for paving or marking or something like that. This is crazy. This is crazy. I got my headlights turned off, just my marker lights on, because I didn't want to blind nobody. So, I was going to try to pull into a spot. There we go. That way we don't have to spend a half hour trying to get back in. But yeah, I double checked with the agent just to confirm the appointment time is 5:15 a.m. and I am pretty doggone sure we got here at 6:20, so we can leave back out at 4:20 because we already did a 2-hour break in Cochran, and so we do an 8-hour break here, and we'll get back the drive time from the house up to Cochran, and that'll be more than enough to get us up there delivered and back down to Charleston, Tennessee. And maybe, I don't know how long it's going to take to get unloaded, but on the off chance it takes them more than 2 hours to get us unloaded,
we get a 2-hour break-in at Walmart. So if that happens, then we're really going to be good. So we just have to play it and see. Man, I love this. This is an awesome reserve spot. So I guess it's reserved in either direction. So it's not one spot, not a backup spot behind it. There we go. That's it. Gonna be leaning downhill a little bit, but that's all right. They were checking out the truck. They like the Trump decals, I guess. They were taking pictures, video. But yeah, I stopped at the fuel island. Gonna grab something to drink. And not only did they not have bathrooms, nothing to drink. So the only thing you could buy was right there around the counter at the fuel island. The deli, the fountain drinks, the cold drinks, bathroom, kiosk, all that stuff is blocked off. You can't go back there. So I said, all right, I was gonna get my reserve spot. I went ahead and reserved the spot because I thought it would be full, you know, by the time I got up here, but dadgum, it is dead. So anyway, we are, turn the light on a little bit, there we go, might help a little bit. We are done for the night, but we got to get up at, like I said, we got to be on the road no later than 4:30 in the morning. Get up, 4:20, our break is up, start do a pre-trip, get ready to go. All the lights are working great, so that's thumbs up. Hopefully, knock on wood, we don't jinx it. So everything seems to be doing pretty good. I'm hanging in there. Hate to be working the day after Christmas, but like I said before, you only got so much time in this old world, and you want to spend it with the people you love, right? But you can't do that for free. You know, you got a mortgage you got to pay. You got light bills, phone bills, if you want electricity and phone, be able to talk. Internet bills for my wife to be able to do her job from the house, which is a godsend. I love the fact that she can work from home and be there with the babies. And just doing this job, man. Just doing this job is very expensive when you're an owner-operator and you own your own truck and you do as much preventative maintenance, as much thinking ahead kind of maintenance that I do. I don't wait for it to break down. I go ahead and fix it before it breaks down. If I got a hint that something might be fixing to happen, I go ahead and fix it, change it out. Then all I need is for Philip to say, hey man, this is about to go out, or this is about this or that. Fix it, let's change it, new one, whatever. No sense in waiting until you're stuck on the side of the road, you know. I try not to do that. And especially when you're going in for DOT and all that stuff, you don't want to have problems. I would say at least 75%. And I think that's pretty reasonable. 75% of the DOT crap that has happened to me has been total BS. And I know I've said that before. The slack adjuster thing, 2 mechanics said there was nothing wrong with them. 1 DOT officer said there was. And one of the mechanics is a DOT certified mechanic that he does the inspections for Landstar. The not having a bottom passenger step, I don't have a passenger seat. And he said you had to have a step within 24 inches of the ground. I had that flip down step, and that was 23 inches within the ground, but he wouldn't even take the time to measure it. He just wrote me up for it. Couldn't read the tag, my front license plate tag. I could read it clear as day. And even if I didn't know what the number was, you could still read it. I mean, not all the blue paint was there. There was a couple little nicks and pieces of blue paint that had been nicked off. But you could clearly read the numbers and letters. Well, it ain't no letters, it's all numbers. And, you know, crap like that, man. Scuff marks on the damn airlines. I understand the diameter of the airline has to be a certain amount, blah, 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 blah. Well, the diameter didn't go down. It was just like you take just because you scratch your arm, that doesn't mean your arm gets smaller. There's a scratch mark on there. That doesn't mean your arm is now lesser in diameter. And same with those. It wasn't cut down into the line. It was just a scuff mark on the line. It was insane. I took it to another DOT officer and he said it's fine. And what else? The thing with the hazmat. I didn't load that load. I picked up a sealed trailer that was sealed. I had no idea what it looked like back there. I thought that was the, that should be up. The shipper should be responsible for that, unless they are going to break the seal for me to go in there and look around. And I don't want to be fiddling around with a bunch of hazmat, messing with it. But when I did look at it, when the officer went back there and broke the seal, went back there and looked at it and everything, it looked fine. Everything was fastened down. He didn't write me up for that. He wrote me up because there was 4 barrels on one pallet stretch wrapped together, and that was counted as one quantity. He counted it as 4 quantities, 4 barrels. But it's not listed on there as 4 barrels or 1 barrel or whatever. It's listed on there as 1 pallet. And he wrote me up because they didn't have it listed as 4 barrels. That's insane. It was combined as one product, like a 6-pack. You buy a 6-pack, that's one item, even though there's 6 cans of soda. They don't ring up 6 individual cans of soda or 12 individual cans in a 12-pack. They ring it up as a whole, right? That's insane, man. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be getting off on a rant. I'm just saying, I do all this stuff. I do the maintenance. I try to stay ahead of all this stuff. And it costs a lot of money when you are trying to stay ahead and not get behind. I guarantee you this year alone in 2025, I probably bought, if I'm guessing, minimum 2, probably 3 sets of those 3-in-1 airlines. Those are like $130 a pop. New headlights. Those were not cheap. Those were over $350 each side. But it's all streamlined now. One beautiful plug in, boom, unplug, take the whole thing out, whatever. It's so much easier. The wiring looks so much better. It's not a big bird's nest. I had to buy a new GPS. That was another $300. Tires. Oh my God. I bought at least, 3 stair tires this year. At least 3. I was having some wear issues on one, and then I had that bolt in one up there in where was it? Spring Hill, Spring something, Arkansas up there. Springfield, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, Springdale, I think it is. Anyway, and then I had one that had a chunk of rubber poured out of it from the freaking highway. So that, and every time you put one of them summer guns on, especially one up there in Arkansas, that one up in Arkansas was right at $900. And that's because it was a roadside, they had to come out and put it on. And then the other ones Philip put on front end alignments, 3 axle alignments, just so much stuff that you do to these trucks, man. I get it serviced somewhere between 10 and 12,000 miles. I'm putting new oil in it. I'm putting new filters on it. I'm getting it lubed. I'm getting the 5th wheel greased. My brakes are checked. Oh, that's another thing. We replaced brake drums. We replaced brake shoes. We replaced all 4 slack adjusters. I mean, there's just so much stuff that you do during the year, man, to try to maintain your equipment, And these roads are beating the ever-loving hell out of these trucks. And I don't know. Like I said, it's expensive being an owner-operator. It is not cheap. But you have the freedom that I have. This sounds so stupid for me to say that. The freedom I have to run when I want to run. I don't want to run right now. I want to be home right now. It's the day after Christmas. But I'm out running because I'm trying to make sure I have the money at the beginning of the year to get the motor overhauled on this truck. I want to rebuild the motor before it goes out. And when I say rebuild, I don't mean just slap some pistons in there and be done with it. I mean new bull gears on the front, timing gears, new pistons and liners, new bearings, do the bottom of the motor, everything, front to back, top to bottom. New motor, man, pretty much is what I want. I want it all done. I want it solid. You know, I don't want to be leaking a bunch of oil. Of course, you're going to leak probably a little bit here and there, but I want it to be solid, you know. I think I'm going to have to replace my oil pan too. I'm just trying to remember. Seems like I remember Philip saying, did he say there was a crack in it? He said there was something about the oil pan. He said eventually you're going to get that replaced, and I meant to get a new one and I forgot. If I go online now, I might can order a new one and have him put it on for me when I go in there. I got to go back January 2nd to get the truck serviced and to get a Landstar inspection done. And so I'm gonna have to talk to him about that and see if I can remember. I might be thinking about something else. And I know he said the pinion seal in the back is not leaking. It's like a weep, maybe not even a weep. It's just not even hardly noticeable. But he said that's something to think about. And so we need to redo the rear end, all the seals, pinions, stuff like that. So we got to get that done. Just so much stuff, man, that you have to do when you own a truck. And I know everybody's gonna beat down on me like, bam, 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 you own that old raggedy truck, bam, 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 buy you a new truck, bam, bam, bam. F a new truck, man. I don't want a new truck. I don't want no damn deaf regen bull crap. I almost died because of that crap. I got scars where they had to do skin grafts because I almost burned alive inside one of them trucks. I'm never getting another deaf truck. I'm retired before I get another deaf truck. I'm not doing it. This is my baby. This is my girl, and I'm going to stick with her, and I'm going to be okay. Because believe it or not, I did make good money with this truck. So this is my baby, and I'm sticking with her. And we're gonna, once we get the motor rebuilt, get the rear end stuff done, that's it. I can't think of a whole lot of other stuff because we've redone the bushings, kingpins, drag arms, everything on the front's been redone. So the steering and all that stuff is solid. So, once we get all that done, the maintenance, mechanical part of that stuff done, then we're gonna do the inside. I can't wait to do the inside. That's gonna be my favorite part. We're gonna gut the back, man. Everything's coming out. The cabinets, the only cabinets that are gonna stay are gonna be the two top cabinets. Everything else is coming out. The wall cabinets on the back wall are coming out. We're getting a new mattress. I'm thinking seriously about keeping the Murphy bed with the pop-out table. I'm thinking seriously about keeping that. But the APU is gone. That Rigmaster thing is history, baby. As soon as I can get that centerpiece out, get the Rigmaster off the side, we're gonna put us in a box over there, and a ventilated box that we can put a generator in. And that's what we're gonna have, man. We're gonna have a Predator remote start, 5,000 watt, whatever it is. And then we're gonna put the mini split in the top up there, and minimum 10 to 12,000 BTU. And this baby will stay cold, warm, and that'll be solid. We can run it off the generator, and that's what we're gonna do. I watched a YouTuber guy today. I've talked about it before, Grinding Gears. He got a new sponsor, Green APU. And I think he said Landstar BCOs get $1,000 off. So I can't remember if it's 14 or 13,000. And he said that covers the cost of the APU, getting it installed, and everything. So tax, everything, like 13 or 14,000, somewhere in there. I can't remember now if it was 13 for Landstar drivers with the discount, or if it's 14 with the discount. But anyway, it's out the door total like 14 grand. And that sounds great. It does. And he said they're easy to work on. You can go to Napa or O'Reilly and get the parts for it. It's that common parts. And so I thought about it, right? I tossed that idea around in my head, man. I really did. I was watching this video, and he pretty much had me sold, man. I'm like, hey, I need to get a green APU, you know? But then I got to thinking about it. What happens if my batteries go dead? Will that APU still start? You know? If my alternator goes out, can I run the APU while I'm going down the road to keep my batteries charged and have my headlights on? If my AC goes out, can I run it while I'm going down the road to keep the truck cool? I don't know. I need to talk to him and find out. But even if it did, I'm not going to spend 14 grand on an APU, even though it's so much more convenient with the running off the diesel and all this stuff. I understand that. A lot of you guys are going to beat down on me because you love your APU, and that's fine. You can love your APU. I love my generator, and I love the idea of the mini split a lot better than I do this big old window unit over here. But if I get that mini split and I have the generator, if my batteries go dead on the truck, still crank the generator. I don't need these batteries to crank the generator. And I can recharge my batteries or keep my batteries charged because I have a charger hooked up to my batteries right now. So as soon as I go crank the generator, it's going to start charging my batteries, keep them charged up while I'm parked. The mini split, you can run it while you're going down the road, and you don't even have to run the generator. As long as your alternator's fine, your batteries are fine, you can plug that 110 volt. You can plug that mini split into your inverter and run it while you're going down the road, so you got AC and heat, you know. And so if your alternator goes out, like I said, you can run the generator while you're going down the road, and you got your charger to keep your battery charged good enough to where you can drive and still have headlights, you know. And so that's why I like the generator. I like the mini split. It's just got so many more positives. It does have one huge negative, and that's gas. You have to have gas. Matt, I was talking to him the other day, and he said he didn't think that there was the limit or whatever on how much gas you could carry in your trunk, as long as it wasn't on the catwalk. If you had it secured somewhere you could carry it. Excuse me, I got hiccups. So I could easily fit 6 2-gallon cans in my truck over here on the side. So that's 12 gallons. Plus you fill it up, that's another 4.5. So that's 16 and something gallons. And even running the air conditioner all night, I can usually get about close to 20 hours with the air conditioner running all the time. And if I can do at least close to 20 hours on one tank of fuel, that's good, because that's 2 days. That's 2 breaks, 2 days. So yeah, so I'm good for a whole week. And sometime during that week, like right now, we're at the Petro. All I gotta do is pull right over there to the fuel island, not the fuel island, the gas islands where the cars are. I do it all the time. I love this Petro because of that. When you come down from the fuel island up yonder, and you come along the side of the building right here, and then when you get right here, there's a mailbox on the corner. What you do is you just kind of swing out, and then you swing back in so that you don't hit that mailbox with the trailer. But what you do is you get your tractor right up against that outside fuel island, gas island over there for cars, and I can reach the generator with that. So I fill up all the cans, fill up the generator and everything, I'm good. So, and there's other truck stops that are similar to this. So it's not that hard to get gas, you know. If you end up doing a 34-hour reset, you tend to go run it for 34 hours straight. You'll go through at least a tank and a half, maybe 2 tanks at the most, depending on how much you run your what they call it, air conditioner. So if I'm not running the air conditioner, like right now, it's cool. I don't need the air conditioner. Crack the window a little bit, put the little screens in there. It's nice and cool. I don't need it. That thing will run for, I can take at least 3 10-hour breaks before it runs out. If I'm not running the air conditioner and I'm just running the battery charger and the microwave to cook something to eat or whatever, you know. So it has its pros, it has its cons, but the price and the convenience of what all you can do with it, to me, outweighs getting an APU. Just say $13,000 on the low end for a green APU. I can get the generator and the mini split installed, all of that. Even if I have to install, I think I can get somebody to help me with it and get it installed. But anyway, so get it installed, the mini split and the APU, not APU, the generator and the mini split, all that combined is somewhere around $2,000. Maybe a smidge more, maybe, you know, right around there, but for sure less than $2,500. Now, just say let's round it up to 25 to be on the safe side, because the mini split's less than 1,000, generator's less than 1,000. So just round it up to 25 to be on the safe side. $2,500. That rig, the way you got it set up, that's gonna last you a minimum of 3 to 5 years. The generator, the mini split, that thing I just keep on chugging. You just have to, you know, make sure it's got the Freon, stuff like that in it. Keep an eye on it, make sure the components are good. You may have to replace the compressor or this or that, but it's not that bad. It's not like having to buy a whole new one and have it installed. I mean, it's easy to work on. The generator thing with the Predator, man, you get like a 2-year warranty with that thing, and you run it for 2 years. You go take it back, you get another one, you know, and just pay for the warranty. So and those generators usually last for anywhere from 3 to 5 years if you take care of them. So go to low end, say 3 years, right? 3 years, $2,500. 3 more years, it's not going to be $2,500 the second time around, but hypothetically we'll go that way. $2,500. That's 6 years. That's $5,000. 3 more years, $2,500. That's 9 years, $7,500. 25 more hundred, you're up to 10,000, and you're up to 12 years, and you're still at 10,000. Now, how many APUs run for over 12 years without having to have an overhaul or something on them, you know, depending on how much you run them, I guess. But chances are, you know, the generator thing, the money costs, everything else, I think in the long run, I come out better, personally, myself, the way I like it, with the generator and the mini split. And there's plenty of room for it because of the truck I have. If you have a truck that's got a smaller sleeper, it may not be something for you, but yeah, I'm gonna put that mini split right up there at the very top at the back of the sleeper, and she's just gonna blow down. Ooh, like snow. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. And also we're gonna install, I'm getting it, I already got it at the house, the Starlink mini internet system. Boom, baby. I have internet in the truck. So it's just expenses like that, right? Like I said, I got 2 iPads, 2 iPhones, 2 dash cams, one of my GPSs is bit to dust. So we're finally down to just 1 GPS now. But that Garmin's doing good. I got the 4 wireless cameras, and I've been using them, you know, and I love the wireless camera. You got it on the back of the trailer so you can see what's behind you. You can see somebody coming up beside you. You can see when you're clear to get over. So when I'm passing somebody and I'm trying to get over, I check my hood mirror, I check my regular mirror, I check my eye mirror below the regular mirror, and I check the camera. I have 4 different points of view that I can check and make sure it's clear. There's no blind spots, none of that stuff, and I can see and get over and not have to worry about hitting nobody. So I try to be as safe as I can. I try to take all these precautions. I'm trying to do the right thing, and I got this boot on my neck, and I just want to punch that DOT officer in the face. You know, it just makes me so mad the power that they have. It's insane. But I know I'm jumping from topic to topic to topic, and I don't mean to do that. I'm ready to go take a leak, chill out in the sleeper for about 5 minutes before I have to go to sleep. Call FaceTime with my beautiful wife and see how the babies are doing, how she's doing and everything. She had the day off. Governor DeSantis, the greatest governor in the history of Florida and probably the best governor in the country right now, gave Floridians Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas off. Yeah. So she's off today. Bless her heart. She deserves it. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and end it. I'm not down with the APU. I'm up with the generator and the mini split. So that's the route I'm going to go. Nothing wrong with it. If you like the APU, that's fine. I've just had bad experiences with the tri-pack and Evolution, all that stuff. The Rigmaster, bad experience. And I'm ready for something different. I've had probably 95% of with the generator and the air conditioner has been positive. I did have the one bad generator, and I don't know what happened with that, but though that's behind us now, we have a new generator, better. Well, it's the same generator. It's just a different. I mean, same model, same everything. But that other one obviously had something wrong with it. But anyway, when we get done with this Champion, we're switching over to Predator. So probably if I had to guess, I'd say sometime next year we'll end up switching over to Predator. And I can't wait to get that remote start, boy. Ooh, that's gonna be awesome. We'll have to keep changing out those pull cords. I bet I changed out 3 of them this year. So anyway, thank you guys so much for coming along. I'm sorry I made the video so dadgum long. I may have to go back and edit out some of the road footage or something if I hadn't already. Well, you'll know by now if I did or not. But thank you guys so much for coming along. I really appreciate it. I know we ain't made the delivery yet. We're going to do that in the morning. But I just wanted to end the video now. We're here at the truck stop and everything. And say thank you. I hope everybody had a great 2025. And if you didn't, hey, next year, stay positive. It's going to be a good year. Things are going to start kicking in. And it's going to be a good year, man. I'm telling you. I feel it in my heart. It's going to be a good year. So don't give up. Don't get frustrated. And most of all, look down and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And if you're not, click that subscribe button. And then you got to click the bell and all notification, so you get all notifications from me. Because one of these days we're going to go live. You just wait and see. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment below. And even if it's something nasty, I'm used to it. It don't bother me. I don't get hardly any nasty comments, but you know, if I said something you don't agree with, hey, I'm open to listening. You know, so. But thank you guys so much. Y'all have a great rest of 2026. Well, you probably won't see this till 2026. I was gonna say have a great rest of 2025, but you probably won't even see this video unless I can get busy uploading. But anyway, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. I love you. Stay safe. Don't give up. Stay positive. Keep moving forward. And always keep punching.
Just keep punching, Apollo.
Keep punching.